The national leftist media has now revealed that they have been ignoring numerous witnesses who have made claims that the details given by Gloria Allred and her client, Roy Moore accuser, are fabricated and incorrect. It is now thought that the accuser is lying. The Moore campaign released a new report revealing that several people who worked for the restaurant at which the accuser claims that Moore attacked her in during the 1970s have given their own details about the things that Beverly Young Nelson has claimed. They have explained that her allegations about the business are completely untrue. Gateway Pundit reported that a lot of the things that Nelson claimed are now being contradicted or proven to be untrue by other employees as well as patrons of the Old Hickory House restaurant. The main bulk of the contradictions to Nelson's claims are as follows. The Old Hickory House required employees to be at least 16. Beverly Nelson claims she was 15 when she started. The restaurant's dumpsters were on the side of the building and not in back, as Nelson claimed. A former employee says the restaurant never closed at 11 p.m. as Nelson claimed, and at midnight on most nights, customers at the counter were served by the bartender or cook and not by any waitress. The witnesses claim they have shared this information with several news outlets, but they have refused to report the truth. Someone else who is very familiar with the Old Hickory House restaurant has come forward to say that Nelson's story doesn't quite add up. A former employee of the restaurant, Rhonda Ledbetter, has claimed that she does not remember any customer ever coming into the Old Hickory House wearing a suit and tie. That's not all. She also says that she doesn't recall ever even seeing Roy Moore eating there in the 1970s. The new pieces of information are coming to us during a time during which we are questioning every single piece of evidence that Allred has provided, especially the infamous high school yearbook that Nelson claims Roy Moore signed. Since the images of the signature were released, the public has been wondering if it was legitimate. There have been multiple calls for Allred to release more proof that the yearbook is not forged. However, she has begun to dodge questions on the subject. Many people are under the impression that her beating around the bush is enough proof itself that the signature is not real. It now seems as though she is downplaying the importance of the yearbook signature after she spent so much time convincing us that it was the most important piece of evidence. It didn't take long for Gloria Allred to admit that she is not 100% sure if the yearbook signature is real. More people have come forward to express their own concern about the legitimacy of Nelson's claims against Moore. Nelson's own stepson has come forward to say that he believes Nelson is lying about the entire story. Lee Korfman, Roy Moore's first accuser, has also seemed to be crumbling after being scrutinized heavily by the people of America. Now, there are many conflicting polls which show that the Senate race in Alabama is still a very close call. Some polls show that Moore's Democratic opponent has taken a lead over Moore. However, there are polls showing that Moore is still in the lead, even with all of the accusations against him. There are only a few more weeks until Elections Day in Alabama, and we won't know the outcome until all the votes are cast.